Welcome back to our special edition of the KOAM News at 10. We're joined now by meteorologist Nick Kelly. He's going to go over some of the dynamics in the weather that day that led to the Joplin tornado 10 years ago.
Yeah, and to start it all off, Chris, it didn't look like a big weather setup, but the main components were there. At the jet stream level, 18,000 feet up, a big upper level low. Usually we want to see that more in the northern plains for better dynamic support or lift to get these thunderstorms going, but this was enough to get westerly winds, strong westerly winds that high up, along with multiple waves riding along the jet. Lower to the surface, about 10,000 feet, another upper level low, but more southwesterly winds coming at us, adding to the wind shear to help these storms rotate and develop, and certainly at the surface with the southeast wind running into our cold front. In fact, we also had a dry line too. So this was a ripe area, unfortunately, for strong to severe thunderstorms to develop, but we weren't the only ones. We had a moderate risk going as far east as Chicago and up to about La Crosse, Wisconsin, but we certainly were weather aware on that day, as certainly Doug Heddy and Brian Davis were, especially when that tornado watch went out at 1:30. They were focused on destructive hail, and they did mention the tornado threat, but you see there, maybe a strong tornado or two possible, but the better dynamics started coming into play the afternoon, and it led to this first severe thunderstorm, the storm that would head toward Joplin, but started out with producing wind and hail as the first severe thunderstorm warning went out at 2:30. Fast forward to 4:04, Wichita put out a tornado warning for Labette County because on the southwest side there, Chris, that hook near Parsons, it started to pick up rotation, but all it would do is produce maybe a few funnel clouds and more reports of wind and hail. Then Springfield jumped into the game at 4:35 when they put out a tornado warning for Cherokee County because as the storm was restructuring, we picked up new rotation near McCune, west of Columbus. At 5:11, the storm was nearing the Missouri line. The original rotation was still there, but more storms feeding into this, all these mergers, kept causing the storm to restructure. So the original rotation was there between Carl Junction and Columbus, but this new rotation near Baxter and Riverton, that led to the 5:17 tornado warning that covered the city of Joplin, and we head right to 5:34, tight rotation near Annalise and John Duffy. That was where the tornado touched down, and you can see as we go through 5:39, tornado still there on the radar, and at 5:48, big debris ball there. We didn't have correlation coefficient back then, but you didn't need correlation coefficient. It was definitely down on the ground. So overall, this started out as an EF1 on the far southwestern side of town, again near Annalise and John Duffy, strengthening to an EF3 to almost EF4 once it hit 32nd and Schifferdecker. But once it passed St. John's, the EF5 damage began, taking it near Walmart, all those businesses near 20th and Rangeline, but fortunately died once it passed southeast of 32nd and 49, and died after crossing Highway J. So, Chris, this was a tornado that was on the ground for 38 minutes or so. Sorry about the technical glitch there, but this was a storm that did almost $3 billion in damage.
Just a wild day. Hopefully, again, something that we won't repeat anytime soon.
Yeah, and thankfully we didn't have to deal with any of that today, but I do have some more thunderstorm chances in the forecast.
Got that coming up right after this.